that naturally impaired vision was a disability which over time has not only become an amazing business opportunity, a fashion statement for people, and and a sign of people who wear glasses think themselves of as intellectuals. I don't know with what with what particular justification, I don't know, but that is generally the feeling. They think that lends them a certain air of seriousness. So, from where it was to where it is today is a demonstration, and it's the most obvious demonstration, and the one that people can relate to is that disability is an opportunity not only for including those with disability, but an opportunity for people with no apparent disability to be able to advance themselves and people with disability by taking it as an economic opportunity. And that is the demonstration that Section 2.3 very clearly shares with all of us. People who otherwise wouldn't be able to immediately grasp the underlying economic opportunity as a concept. The other thing that I take from the report from the point of view as a policy maker is to the point that is made in the about the calculation of people with disability in this country. I mean, the particular section there which talks about the estimation ranging from 26.8 million in census 2011 to a number that the WHO benchmark puts at 200 million, and then they said we thought it could be around 250 million, but we settled for 100 million number. Whatever that number is, and I think 100 million probably exceeds the population of hundreds of countries in this world. It is a big number, and therefore, for a country that is used to dealing with many things on scale, whether it is a public policy initiative or private sector initiative, 100 million is a scalable opportunity in multiple ways. So, but it is also a reminder to the government that we need to do more in estimating this number more precisely. So I take that as an important message from that extremely wide range given to us from 26.8 million to 200 million. Therefore, this is an opportunity for DPI to step in and fill the void there in terms of providing them opportunities from wherever they are, and open network digital commerce together with DPI will have to be thought through very carefully as two important instruments working in tandem to help people with disability become entrepreneurs. And I think that is something that, again, both for policymakers and for people in the industry, in the DPI space, to think about very seriously as to how we can do this, not to lift the number from 1% of MSMEs to 10% of MSMEs to start with, and then taking it further on. That is the other area. And let me also put the number which they have given very carefully in Appendix A and worked it out quite well for us to see how they have to follow their thought process of the total unrestrained market, TUM as they call it, and from there deriving an addressable market of 150 billion, which is, by the way, equivalent to 4% of GDP. It is the entire trade deficit of India. If we exclude petroleum products and gems and jewelry, the total trade deficit is about 150 to 160 billion dollars, and that is 4% of GDP. 4% of GDP is a huge opportunity. And therefore, in that sense, it is something that we should take their calculations quite seriously and think about it. And the other thing, from a policy perspective, which the report really gives us much to think about, is that we know that accessibility is not free, and it comes with additional cost, but then adding accessibility later as an afterthought is more expensive and more difficult than to include it as part of our thinking process. And the important thing is, we think we are doing a favor to somebody when we make accessibility and design as part of the overall thinking process, but in a way, unknowingly, when we broaden and expand our scope of thinking to think about matters which we don't usually do, it actually helps us pick up the skills to address complexity. So, in a way, learning to address the needs of people with disability and include them in the economic space is not, therefore, a service we are doing. Apart from the fact that it is an economic opportunity, I would also call it an important cerebral and mental faculty expanding opportunity for us. So, because the world that we are going to be facing in the next 20-25 years is going to call upon the most unused faculty in all of us, which is to think about the complexity, which is to understand how to deal with unknown unknowns. And therefore, if we are able to recognize and grasp the opportunity that we don't think about on a daily basis, that is the first step towards dealing with complexity. So therefore, handling people, the needs and the aspirations and the expectations and the legitimate needs of these people is in a way a service that we do to ourselves. If we frame it in this manner, then we will not see it not only as we will not see it as an act of charity. We will not only see it as an act of economic opportunity, but also as an act of self-advancement. I think that is something we should imbibe. Um, the important thing that the section 2.1 points out is that the purple economy is not only about people with disabilities, it also is inclusive of older persons, caregivers, people recovering from illness or injury, people with chronic conditions, and anyone navigating temporary or situational barriers. And then you turn to page number 32, which is the figure number 4, life stage participation. Think about it. Today, there is so much of anxiety about whether artificial intelligence will take away jobs in information technology and related sectors as well. So, we are reimagining, we have to reimagine education, we have to reimagine skilling, a lot of things. And if you look at the figure number 4 on page 32, that is actually a recipe or a menu for developing AI insulated job market in the country. If you, this is one area where AI will not take away your job. So if we are able to make not only businesses see people with disability or the purple economy as an opportunity, we should also be investing efforts in making Indian youth see the purple economy as an employment opportunity for themselves and an opportunity that also gives you emotional satisfaction and fulfillment as you make this into your livelihood as well. So I think there is plenty of eye-opening concepts, ideas that are there. It is not an appeal to anybody's sense of charity or generosity. It is an appeal to our common sense. It is an appeal to our intelligence. And it is also an appeal to policymakers, the private sector, and the individuals around the country. So in that sense, the Enable India group and Deloitte that have partnered with them have done a wonderful service to all of us in organizing this event, in bringing out this white paper, and I can assure them that the next economic survey, we will definitely feature a box item based on this white paper. In the last couple of the last 2 or 3 economic surveys, we have focused a lot on mental health issues, apart from dealing with the physical health as well. So the demographic dividend will remain unfulfilled if we do not include people with disability into our calculus. And thank you very much once again for having me here.